direction the community wants with that, as opposed to, you know, we're not here to shove something down the community's throat.
Absolutely. Yep, we can do that.
Just like to say that's where all of y'all come in, to tell your neighbors that there's gonna be a survey on the website, or maybe we'll have it, maybe a
No,
survey
we can do it
at
all
the
over
rec
places.
center,
We can do it.
so that,
Yeah.
you know, so you can tell all your neighbors to come over there and do that, so we can get, you know, more than just the 20 people here, you know?
I mean, we all want better facilities. I don't want my house value to suffer because people can go buy in Meridian Ranch and use better facilities over there. I don't want my home, another district to be built out east and my home value to suffer because they have better facilities. We have all these districts over here that don't have any facilities.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say that.
And if we offered some type of IGA where they could buy in, fee-based buy into our, you
Absolutely.
know, what kind of revenue can we generate from that to possibly reduce that gap or take away that gap?
I did not
I
touch
mean,
on that.
we're neighbors. We have, even though we're separate districts out here, it's still one community.
Is there a way to pull them as well? Well, yeah, because if they go to the website, they can pull as well, just, I don't know if they can do it where they
Oh, we
say
would
that
just
they're
have it. We'd have
and
to
then
have
outside in.
Yeah, we have to have out of district.
Right.
In district.
Yeah.
Is that do we have that capability on the website for two separate deals, an out of district and a district, to see what everybody wants to do here?
Well, it could be within the survey. You take your out of district, you take your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can just say whether, and they might not understand.
Yes or no.
What it means, so they can just choose their.
Right.
This is where you come in.
Yes. So we can certainly create two surveys. We've used SurveyMonkey before. I've created SurveyMonkeys that we've sent out through the district. And in fact, that Park and Rec consultant that we hired a couple of years ago also used the SurveyMonkey survey. There's no way to guarantee, and I think this would still be true even if we went with more expensive possibilities, that the people taking a particular survey live in or out of the district. But we can ask people to take one or the other if they live in or out. One thing I would suggest is that before we publish the survey, that you define what sort of results you're looking for in order to determine particular outcomes. Because what you're going to get in the end, regardless of how good everybody in this room is about telling your neighbors to go to the website and take the survey, you're going to get a minority of the district, a small minority of the district participating. They're going to have various opinions. Some are going to like A more, some are going to like B more, but that's not necessarily mean that they're going to be opposed to the other. So I think we have to be real conscious about going in as to what exactly you're looking for, because what you're not going to get is 3,000 people who say, oh, we all want Project X. That's just not within the realm of possibility. But that doesn't necessarily mean that Project X is a bad idea.
How do you guys feel about putting just the potential plans or draft plans or something on there for them to reference?
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. And they
I mean,
can
put
see this is
something
what
out there
we.
for them to
So
reference.
you just
Yeah.
look at these.
They hear us talk about it for 3 meetings.
Yeah.
3 meetings now.
So if you look at
If
the
there,
black book.
well, the percentage of people that actually are doing that. Yeah, I went through this looks good. So, I think we should do that, at least get the poll going. And do the in-district and out-of-district. And just yes or no on which way they want to go. But we have to, like Daniel said, we have to define it, so.
We want to try to avoid repeats. So if I'm anti-doing this, I want to be sure that they're not out there 100 times saying, so Daniel and I can work on that. We want to make sure that if they do it one time. And don't, because then you have a convoluted
Yeah, it'll be skewed.
result. So we need to maybe not do it on the website, do it another where, and they go on and they link to something else, and then it accepts that email address or whatever.
Yeah, so we gotta, how do you want to approach that?
Daniel, is there a way that they would have to use like their email address to sign into the SurveyMonkey so the SurveyMonkey would know that email address has already been used and they can't do it again?
I think we can set it up that way. I mean, you can't make these things foolproof. Even these polls that newspapers publish on their website, you can take multiple times if you erase your cookies in between each taking.
Don't tell them how to do it.
Just say there's a way.
But that won't work for,
just
that
killed
won't
that
work for
poll.
survey.
We're gonna have more votes than we have.
When we've done this in the past, we haven't had problems with skewed results like that.
We've had a problem with not enough results.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so,
if you've got 26,600 households and only 501 households are responding, David,
Well, I
that tells
mean,
you they
there's
don't
nothing,
care.
we don't have to take action on it right now, but if we cycled it a couple meetings or even
Yeah.
2-3 meetings
Yeah.
and just keep cycling that survey with the, and even as they comment on what they want, if we can adjust the drafts and the numbers and such to where it's flowing with what the community wants, I mean, we're in a technological age, I'm pretty sure we can keep up with that, right?
Daniel and I will kind of look at this, and then again, we have to be very careful of what questions we're asking. We don't want 30 questions, because they're not gonna do it. They're just gonna start with this. So the questions you ask have to be very, a survey should take, what, two minutes to complete, 2-3 minutes to complete?
What we need to figure out is what the viable options are. So that when we're asking people if they prefer A, B, or C, we know that A, B, and C are all feasible. And we also need to decide going in, if we ask people if they prefer A, B, C, or none of the above, if they don't want any park and rec work, and you get, 40, 20, 20, 20, or 40, 10, 10, 40, what do you do with that information? I mean, there's not a clear-cut answer. You're never going to get a result that clearly tells you, yes, the community wants you to proceed with this, or no, the community doesn't. It's going to be a mixed bag. Well, it can help inform the plans, don't get me wrong, it is valuable, but it's not going to be like a green light or a red light that says go or stop.
I get that, but then you can take, once we have that information, then we can go with that as, here's the route that we're leaning towards going. And not only that, with the none and above in there, you're gonna know who doesn't want in at all versus people that do want in, they just maybe wanted some different things. So then we just come up with what the best option is at that point.
I think
We
how we
just
need
need
to-
something to give us
yeah,
direction.
I think Daniel and I need to talk this through, draft some questions, find out what the best way to do it to get the results that we're looking for, and then start from there. And we can do a survey every month, we can do one survey, and of course we have it on the website, at the rec center, at CCW.
Yeah.
So we'll cover, e-blast, we'll cover all the bases. The ultimate goal should be to get as many responses as we can.
Right.
Put it on the little billboard things.
Absolutely,
out
fill out the
there and
revenue.
stuff. Fill out the
Yeah,
survey.
and I don't know if we can because we're an SDA. Ted, you might answer this. Sometimes you take a survey and you get this. Sometimes that's an incentive. I'll take a survey for if I think I'm going to get this, so.
It's easier to ask forgiveness than just permission.
Yeah.
Well, I think the big payoff here is them deciding. It's not our
Absolutely.
decision, it's
Absolutely.
the community's decision. And I shouldn't say them, I live here. My family uses the rec centers constantly. So, it's not just the board's decision.
Absolutely.
I'm sure that
Yeah.
we're cycling that through.
Yeah, I talked about that a little bit in part of this, and different ways that we could.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you not put the survey in the monthly bill, you put what? So
Yep.
that's another avenue.
Yeah.
I know people say they don't look at their water bill, but a lot of people don't go to the rec centers. A lot of people don't go to the computer necessarily have all that, aren't comfortable with it. So I think you gotta go and use every avenue you have, and when you send the water bill out, take a
Yep.
look at it.
Facebook, website, e-blast,
Thank you.
every center.
Yep.
The newsletter, the water bill, absolutely. Yeah, we'll touch them all.
What's the cost?
No, I'm asking you what the costs of alternatives be in the survey.
sorry, what do you?
I think ideally it should be, right? The
We're
more,
talking about
the
the,
cost of construction.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Cost for each option.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
right.
Yeah.
A little side story. When I ran for the legislature, we discovered that an election judge had access to the voting machines and higher math skills was not involved. The total of votes cast regarding my legislative district was more than the total votes of everybody. We caught him.
yeah, another question on the
It is the Park and Rec, what what you guys were just told, and what you guys were shown, the Park and Rec report, is that gonna be put on the website so everybody can see it?
This is not the Park and Rec report. This is
Oh.
projected, this is business plan.
Okay, is any of that gonna be put on the website?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, let's put this.
I did find one here, I've got two tables in this thing, so I'll look and get it to you.
Okay.
Well, this is after motion for that, so.
Okay, so,
We got another question.
Go ahead.
Hi. First, I want to introduce myself. I'm Rebecca Bonilla. I am the president of the Paintbrush Hills. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I purposely came to this meeting tonight because I want open communication. I think that's really, really important, whether it's with our district managers and our board of that. But I would like to pose a question. I'm sure everybody who was on social media saw many of the comments for the postings we posted. And one thing that continuously came up from the residents from Paintbrush Hills was we pay a fee for the sewer plant, which goes up every year, and that's a separate issue, but we never get offered to do that. So maybe your survey, we have another 600 and something houses coming in, maybe that can help you generate revenue.
yeah, and that's what we were just talking about that, so that you're considered at what we call out of district.
And you,
So,
and I assume this is your district
I
manager?
think I was thinking you were saying it was great.
water and wastewater.
Water and wastewater manager, okay. So Leon Gomes is our district manager. I would suggest you go for him and maybe he could post it up on the website. I don't know how our website really works, again, I'm new. I don't think there's communication, but maybe he can post it up to your website with a link for people to do a survey too.
Yeah, and that's important because that's what we were just talking about. We want as much participation. And you, along with some others in the outskirts, are part of that. So we need that.
Most
Right?
definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I will make a motion that this expansion business plan go up on the website and we go forward with the survey to see what the community actually wants.
Second.
All in favor?
Bye.
Aye. Okay.
Okay, and then the rest of the report, so we begin the CCW modified hours for the outdoor pool, 49 Second School, August 2nd. So we'll be open on Fridays from 4 to 7, Saturday and Sundays 12 to 6, through Labor Day, and then we're open 10 to 4 Labor Day, our last day of operation. So RCE, August 20th, will begin what we call off-season hours. We do not have it in the budget this year to extend during that time frame, but we certainly will be incorporating that in the 2019 budget. July swimming lessons, we really had it's a 34% increase. So really kudos to the aquatics team on that. Fall soccer, it begins August 6th. We got 92 registrations and capacity is 105. We finished mini camps. We had Cheyenne Mountain Zoo come out, had a great time. We had 12 participants and 10 participants, so we're seeing a dramatic increase from last year. Personal training has taken off. July Parents Night Out, of course, we're full again. We are looking at doing that 2 times a month. We're starting in the month of September. Moving in the park, we had 10 families this time around, 25 people total. So that's great. We have our last one in August, and then the regular August.
Questions on any of that? Okay, we'll move to, the auditors are here, so we'll go ahead with the
We can't hear.
I'll try to speak louder. My name's Steve Hoxter. I'm one of the partners with the firm Stockton Cass Ryan Company, with the firm that you've engaged to perform the audit. We appreciate the opportunity to do that. With me is Courtney Vance. Courtney is one of our audit seniors, and Courtney was the individual who was responsible for coordinating and leading the audit. We have two different reports to go over with you and pass these out here. The top report is what we refer to as a governance letter. It's communications that, as your auditors, we're required to have with those charged with governance. And Courtney will walk you through that letter, and then I'll walk you through the draft of the report.
So again, I'm Courtney. As Steve said, this letter is just communication that we're required to have with you guys. I will start right under the first bold heading, the significant audit findings. The first paragraph, qualitative aspects of accounting practices. Management is responsible for the accounting policies, which are described in Note 1 to the financial statement. No new accounting policies were adopted, and the application of existing policies was not changed during the year. This is important because it means your financial statements are comparable between years. All financial statements have accounting estimates, and the most sensitive estimates affecting the financial statements of the district include the allowance for doubtful accounts and estimated useful lives of capital assets. We evaluated these estimates and determined they were reasonable. The following paragraph covers difficulties encountered performing the audit. We encountered no such difficulties. Then on the next page, corrected and uncorrected misstatements. As a result of our audit, we found one misstatement which management did correct. The correction reported an account payable and a work in progress of $258,632. The following paragraph, disagreement with management. We encountered no such disagreements. The management representations. At the end of the audit, we will request that management sign a representation letter. And the management consultants with other independent accountants. This paragraph talks about how management may sometimes opinion shop with other accountants to get another audit opinion. To our knowledge, this has not occurred. Other audit findings and issues. There is an open communication with management to discuss any accounting and auditing questions, and our responses were not a condition of our retention. And then this last paragraph, report on supplemental information. There are supplemental consolidating schedules at the end of the audit report. We compared these to the financial statements and determined they were reasonable. And that finishes off this one. If you have questions on this.
Well, I think the takeaway on that letter is really plain language. Is the audit went well. And while we did have one adjustment to your internal record, that adjustment did not have a significant impact.
And you said it was trivial.
It was less than. If we flip over to page 1, it's not numbered, but it's the first page after the table of contents. It's a page that's titled Independent Auditor's Report. These two pages are our report on your financial statements. After these two pages, the rest of the package is really your financial statements. So I'll walk you through the key items here. The first paragraph is stating that we performed the audits for both the year ended December 31st, 2017 and 16. The next section outlines what management's responsibilities are. While as part of our audit, we do draft the financial statements and the notes of financial statements, ultimately it is management's responsibility for the fair presentation of the financial statements. Management is also responsible for implementing an internal control structure that allows for the fair presentation of the financial